up? Vlogmas day 14. Welcome back. I'm happy to have you guys back. As you can see in today's title, we're gonna do some skincare, remove some of this like excess makeup I fell asleep with, and we're gonna do some makeup. I'm also gonna share with you guys some of my favorite products that I'm using. If you wanna go ahead and check out the descriptions below for any of the products, feel free to do so. Sharing is caring, and I really don't gatekeep over here. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're taking care of your skin, if you're all about wellness and alignment, and hit that subscribe button if you're new here. I love all the friends. The more friends, the better. Let's get into it. Again, I'm using the PCA Skincare. This lasts me, this whole bottle, especially with the amount we use, lasts me a whole year. So good investment, this skincare. And we're using cleanser. We're not doing exfoliate because too much exfoliate makes your skin dry. It's, even though they're little beads, it really does pull at your skin. So I'm just gonna add it here. Nice cold water to wake you up. Even though I don't recommend washing your skin night and day, especially if you have dry skin, if you have oily skin, I think it's okay to do it day and night, but not every day, if that makes sense. And I want to put on a fresh, clean face of makeup, and makeup always sticks when you have a clean face. So how are you guys doing? Are you already buying gifts? Like, how's it going? Are you a late shopper? I'm done. I'm tapped out. I bought all my gifts. I just want to focus hanging out with you guys. Toner. I always like to look at the toner, like the pad I'm batting my toner with, because usually there's even more makeup on there, even though we just washed our face. Some collagen drops. I'm all out, honestly. I'm gonna find me a new product for collagen. And because I'm going to put on makeup, I'm not gonna slobber on a lot of moisturizer. What I'm gonna use instead is this polyglumatic acid serum. And I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. But this is like my second year using this. Honestly, a little goes a long way. And I used to put a lot right here on my cheeks because I noticed when I put the foundation on, it's very cakey and it blotches up a lot. And that's because the skin is dry. So in areas where the makeup kind of just like sticks together and cakes up, you want to start by putting the serum in those locations and work your way out. If you want to check out that product, I got the information in the link below. We are moving to concealer. My concealer palette's all beat up, but again, I got the info for you guys to look at a nicer, pretty one in my description below. But this is the 3D Contour Artist Cream Contour. Very simple. I think it's like less than 10 bucks. As you can see, my favorite colors are already used up. Make sure your brushes are clean. Don't be like me. I need to get a better like cleaning system or spray. I'm gonna be testing that out and I'll share it with you guys, but I need a better way to clean my brushes. You are going to take your under eye concealer. This is usually the lightest one. And you're gonna swoop under the eye. Swoop under the eye. I like to already start and make a V here. And we're layering it up, okay? I'm not the type of person to put a lot of concealer at once. You have to like layer it up, especially in this under eye area. So that's why I like to start here, because we like to let it sit for a little bit so the product can like accustom to your skin. You're gonna get your sponge ready to go. And it's always best to have this like a tiny bit damp. Not soaking wet, but damp. So, and you wanna pat, do not drag, just pat. So it's like you're pushing the product into your skin even more. And let's do like a look for our holiday party, right? So this is gonna be my holiday makeup look. I wanna get dressed up with you guys, even though I don't really have a party. It is my cousin's birthday today, but I don't have a party to go to because it's so gloomy. It's raining here in South Florida. We have a flash flood warning. We have the All Nighter Setting Spray by Urban Decay. This spray is actually sponsored. Actually, Urban Decay, if I'm using any Urban Decay products that are from the newer line, they did sponsor me by inviting me to one of their pop-up events, and your girl had all the goodies, all of them. You want to spray a little bit, not as much as I just sprayed, to be honest, just even less, because we're going to put more on and then we'll give it a final spray. All right, let's get into the brows, the arches of the faces. I like to go back and forth with eyeshadow and like actual brow gel, because sometimes the brow gel is just, it's too dark. So maybe I need to get a lighter color. But you're gonna start in the arches because usually the first like go is the darkest, and you don't want to start like up here because it's gonna be harder to blend. I am using Naked Urban Decay Naked Metal Mania, the palette that Urban Decay gave me on the Urban Decay event. It's not too metally, it's like a natural metally, if that's a word, metally. I'm using the Road Crew. So you see how that's like a nice chocolate brown. And the eyebrow gel we're gonna use too, LA Girl Brow Pomade. So I kind of just want to do like some makeup with you guys. I don't really have anything crazy to talk about. In my last vlog, we talked about closing out 2023, planning for 2024. We took some good, nice, deep, intentional breaths. We did some breath work. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of everything in Vlogmas, so you can tell me too. See how that's like too dark? So you can tell me like what you like, because I'm also in a testing phase. This one's a little darker. I'm gonna take a slightly damp tissue paper and just be careful you guys are not doing too darker brows. Like in the summer it looks super cute, but in the winter it can just be like ah! Now we're gonna do some more concealer. So I'm gonna take the Nice Tan Concealer, and by the way, this is a non-foundation look. Okay, no foundation, just concealer, just baking, just contouring. So we're gonna take the golden brown color, so the color that usually is like the base of the face. So this is like my ideal skin color, the base. Some of that down here, add it up here. Now we're gonna take our lighter color, the color that either went under the eyes or maybe like a little less light. So for instance, the middle part, and be careful, this has to be straight because okay, you don't want this part here to be jagged because then it's gonna look like your nose is jagged. So you're really tracing the middle of your nose. I also take that right here, so I like to make cute little hearts right here. I also like to put some over the brows. So this is gonna make the brows look a lot cleaner. We add more to the under eye. However, you see how it's important to wash your makeup off? Especially the skin around the eye is known to be the thinnest skin in the body, and skin is just like a sponge, it absorbs everything. Now it's time to add the dark, deep contour. This is what's gonna make the cheekbone pop, look defined. I'm going to use this dark chocolate here. Add it right there. And if you need a measure, you go like this. Where it indents is usually where you need to put the line. Going to define the nose more with that deep the deeper concealer. We're gonna take the sponge, nice and damp. And I like to start with the lighter areas, so I'm gonna start above my brows. I'm gonna go under the eye, nice. Dap, 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 no dragging, just pat in. Make sure you're using a clean side of the sponge as well. you don't want to use a darker area for the lighter areas, if that makes sense. So pick a corner of the sponge, or if you fancy and you got shmoney, you can have a sponge, like a light, medium, and dark tone sponge. And maybe I could have even let my face sit a little bit more, to be honest. But I am in a rush, so I can't do that. Makeup is all about application, honestly. Okay, we had some that we put up here on the forehead. We are literally snatching the nose, okay? You don't wanna blend to the middle because we created that light contour, that shaping of the bridge of the nose. So we are focusing, you're staying within that pattern you created when you're blending. How's it look? This is just contour and eyebrows, guys. At this point, we're gonna do another spray. Whew. Set the contour, set the... I used to start my lids, but with wisdom, I realized that you should start with the crease, because if you start with the lid, then the crease shadow excess will fall into the lid, and it's just not as clean, right? So I'm continuing to using the Urban Decay Metal Mania palette. And for my crease, I'm gonna use Sound Tower. This one, like a nice golden one. And we're gonna start with Sound Tower. And just get into the habit of either doing that before you apply the shadow, or if you're gonna apply the shadow with the excess, start and where you want it to be darker. So if we were like gonna add more here to build depth, you would just like start there and then drag. It's better to do less in the beginning because you can always build on your shadows, but it's harder to take away. Like, it's way harder to take away once you add way too much, you know? And for the lid, I want it to be a little bit more light. I'm gonna use Double Kick. That's the last one here. And I'm gonna start with the inside because that's where I would want that excess light highlight to be, like in the inside tear duct, and kind of doing like the opposite, starting from the inside for the lid and working my way out. Now, just like contouring, we're gonna build a little bit more depth to the crease. So I'm gonna use Studio right here, Studio. Kind of focus more on the crease than the outside. So I'm not bringing Studio all the way out here. I'm gonna leave that for Sound Tower. But I'm gonna trace where my eye crease meets the lid and just kind of focus on that outside area. Okay, focusing on the crease. Now to make it smoky, we are going to add a tad bit of heavy, okay? We're gonna add it to where all these colors meet. Just a tad bit, and I'm gonna kind of make like a angle. So where the eyelash line meets, going up to the crease, and then going into the crease, maybe like ½ an inch. You see? Big difference. I do have, again, Urban Decay 24/7 inks, Urban Decay. This is the Zero eyeliner. And let me just tell you something about growth. My first brand, okay? Fuck, and one thing we did forget to put on today was primer. My first brand that I really enjoyed was Urban Decay. So to get invited to their party, for them to gift me all of these products, just really shows me that this is like a full circle moment. It is. Allow it to dry. Starting at the base of the eyelash, wiggle, 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 swoop. Again, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. This is all about technique because you don't want to put too much mascara and make your eyelashes clumpy. I'm gonna go back in with Studio, kind of add on top of that heavy color. So And then follow in the eye line in the bottom. I used to use a lot of white liner, but I feel like the darker eyeliner down here, you see how it's like brown though still? It's really nice. And let's add a black eyeliner since we're talking about it. Because e.l.f. got some good products. e.l.f. liner. Woo! The eyes are popping. And now we're gonna do some lip liner. I'm clearly overlining my lips right now. I'm gonna use some Vaseline. Okay, so this is my holiday party, holiday get-together, pretty much winter makeup look. I'm glad we got to do some skincare as well. One thing I did leave out, like I said, was the primer. I normally would use Urban Decay eyelid primer here. I also have the Bright Side primer. So if you need info for any of those products, check out my description below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I taught you anything. And I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.